In this video, I'm going to show you what you can do every single day at level 80 to get really overpowered in Legion Remix. Now you'll begin every new day at the Infinite Bazaar and you'll find this NPC over here who will give you a daily piece of gear that you just have to complete it and you immediately get a jewelry piece. And you'll be able to equip this immediately. Now every new day you'll get 3 research tasks available. So you'll see previously yesterday this was 18 out of 18. It's now down to 15 out of 18, which means I can do another 3 of the infinite daily quests over here, the infinite research tasks. So pick things that you're most likely going to do and accept all of those quests. The next thing you want to do is open up your group finder and you're going to queue for the time running dungeon as well as the heroic time running dungeon so that you can get once per day a cache of infinite power. This is the good chest. So go ahead and queue up. I'll do these quick right now. Now I just finished those dungeons and I got a couple of loot over here. Mainly you really want these cache of infinite powers because these are going to give you pieces of gear that you can use. That will most likely be upgrades. As you can see right now, my artifact weapon is 633, which it's going to get boosted throughout today. And I'll show you about how much, because this is the beginning of the day. And at the end of the video, I'll show you after all the progress we've made, how much has changed, including my eye level from 627. Now, the first thing you need to have set up at level 80 before we go further is having your infinite knowledge. This you can track in your currency tab over here as your infinite knowledge. You'll get one of these for various achievements, right? The higher you get your infinite knowledge, the more infinite power will drop from various sources. Now there's actually a website called Completionism. I'll link it in the description down below. Now on this website, you will have to use the refresh button over here to load your character, pick which location you're playing in, the server you're playing on, your character name, and then you're just going to click the little button over here to update it. This will import all the achievements that you've attained for, well, various things, but we're using Legion Remix in this case, and we're also going to track the infinite knowledge reward. So on the left-hand side, you're going to select this. You're going to deselect the other phases, the like Rise of the Nightfall and Legion Fall, because those are not out yet, because those also have sources of other achievements that you can collect, but since you can't get it right now, it's pointless tracking it. So what this is going to show on the screen here is every single achievement that awards 1 infinite knowledge and the ones that I have completed. Like the Lore Runner of Azuna, Valshara, High Mountain, and Stormheim, I've already gained. I have not gained the one for Suramar just yet because it is a long-ass quest line. There's also one for doing all of the dungeons available right now. I recommend doing all of them in at least heroic difficulty. And the last one that is related to dungeons is just by doing a Mythic Plus dungeon of Keystone level 7 or higher. And you can do this by going to your pre-made groups in your group finder, going to dungeons and find a group, and you'll already see there's like a bunch of Mythic Pluses being done by people here. All you're going to do here is either look for a number that you can join. I recommend just searching for a 7 and getting a 7 done specifically just to get the achievement out of the way, and join a group that is a 7 or higher. This will get you your infinite knowledge. You also want to do the raids, every single boss in both of the Emerald Nightmare and the Trial of Valor. Doesn't really matter the difficulty, but we're going to be doing these later on in the video. I'll show you why. There's also achievement for killing 1 of each of the 10 world bosses. Now, every day there is a new world boss that is up. You'll have to search all of the zones. Right now today, the world boss is in Stormheim over here. You'll look for it like this. And you also want to do this because it awards a cache of infinite power for doing so. The next one is to do 100 world quests. After you've done 100 of them, you'll get 1 infinite knowledge. This is also going to take some time to do and some playing. And in heroic tier, you're going to go ahead and defeat 50 empowered enemies, as we showed in my previous guide. And lastly, earning infinite power at different intervals, which keeps going up. Right now, my next one that I need to progress is 1,000,000 infinite power. For each of these little stages here, you'll get +1 infinite knowledge. So go ahead and track what you're missing and what you can do because these are very important to get done. The next thing I want to talk about is your main gearing system, especially as you get to level 80. It's something you're also going to be doing as you progressively go through, especially through quests. And these are going to be the mote of a broken time. You're going to get a ton of these from the normal green chests, literally from doing quests. You're going to get a bunch of them. So if you have any quests to do like Suramar, keep working on it to get those green chests to constantly get a Mote of Broken Time at a much faster rate. You will get it through other content, but it's going to be faster through quests, and these will almost always give you a upgrade. Like you can see, this one is already a 6 eye level upgrade to what I'm wearing. But truly one of the best ways to gear up quickly is by raiding. And this is not only because you're going to get gear, it's also because you're going to be getting the Fragmented Memento of Epoch challenges. And you get a ton more of these per boss for how harder the content is. So Mythic Raids is going to give you a ton. Heroic raids, a little bit less. Normal raids, a little bit less. LFR, a lot less. You can also do Mythic Plus dungeons, which will award these too, but it's not a great way to get normal gear from it. Now, when you combine 100 of these Fragmented Memento Epoch challenges, you'll get a ton of infinite power. This is based off of your infinite knowledge amount, so the more you have infinite knowledge, the more infinite power you'll get from it. I think the last time I used one was yesterday. It gave me about 97,000 infinite power. Now, this is going to directly feed into your artifact weapon in your talent tree right at the end over here. Every single time you put a point into here, which is going to cost 50,000 infinite power, you're going to increase your versatility, your main stat, agility or strength or intellect, and your stamina by 1%. So this, for me being 15, is 15% to all of those stats. And this scales up until like 999, so it's going to take you a long time to keep progressing this. Now, currently, there are 2 raids available. The first one is located over here in Stormheim. This is a 3-boss raid, the Trial of Valor. This is where you're going to find it at this location. The other raid is the Emerald Nightmare, located in Valshara, which is over here at this location. That's the raid entrance, in case you need to know. But mostly when you join groups, you'll be summoned. So if you open up your group finder, we go to the pre-made groups, raids, Legion, and we're just going to search, for example, Trial of Valor. We're going to do it in Mythic, Heroic, Normal, and then you can queue LFR just from your raid finder. This doesn't really give you a ton more stuff, but if you're just at level 80, you're going to want to try do this just to get some gear. But you're going to get a lot more for the harder the quality of the raids that you're doing. So I'll go straight to Mythic. These reset every single day, so you can do all of these raids every single day. It's a little bit of a grind, but they actually go pretty quick. On the upside, the longer that remix is out, the quicker these bosses will die when some people have absurd gear, because you already see some people on almost 660 eye level just zerging the DPS meters. For example, this is Mythic, and this is already going so much faster than it did yesterday when I did it, because damn, this boss is almost dead already. Holy crap, dude. And that boss died really quickly. Odin went down in Mythic difficulty in 1 minute 30 seconds, and I was able to get 4th on the damage meter. In terms of mechanics, it's only the last bosses in both of the raids that are going to be a little bit more challenging. But for the most part, they're going to be simple to do, and the reason why you want to do them, you'll see as soon as I defeat this one, the loot that you get here for Mythic has a chance of giving you a piece of good gear. It will also give you 26 Fragmented Memento of Epoch challenges, 26 per boss in Mythic raiding. So as you can imagine, doing both the raids in Mythic times 26 for all the bosses, I think that's like 11 times 26, which is a lot. And that's just for Mythic. You can still do it in Heroic, Normal, and LFR. You just get a lot less for those difficulties. You'll see after just the Trial of Valor, I'm already over 100 with the Fragmented Mementos. And if I go ahead and I use this, you'll see that I'm going to get a ton of infinite power, 97,500, which means I can already go upgrade my artifact weapon and put another 2 levels into the Limits Unbound tree over here. If you don't have the time to do all of the raids in all of the difficulties, at least try to do it in Mythic once per day. You'll also see you can rarely get a piece of gear. This is going to be a 640 ring, which is a massive increase for what I have. So it can be a very nice gear grind, as long as you're lucky enough to get the drops. In the Heroic difficulty, you'll get around 12 of the Fracted Mementos, but you'll still get gear upgrades that are comparable to what you wear. For doing the raid bosses in Normal, you will only get 4 of the Fragmented Mementos, so you can see why you want to do it in the higher difficulties first. And lastly, the final way to get some of those Fragmented Mementos is also by doing Mythic Plus. You'll also get some motes and sometimes some gear from the chest at the end of the Mythic runs. Just remember, you can only open 1 chest throughout the entire dungeon, and sometimes the Mythics can be a little challenging and a bit hard, at least right now, until before you get overpowered. For example, here was the loot at the end of a +7 I did yesterday for the achievement. So with that all said and done, I have made it to 640 eye level for the end of this day, which is not bad for the progress I have. My artifact weapon is at 643, and I have 24 points put into my Limits Unbound artifact tree at the end over here. So it's been quite a successful day, and to repeat this, you just do it every single day, or as much as you can at least. Also note that you don't have to grind like this. This is just if you really want to, get ahead quick. I'm going to be on vacation this week, so I hope you guys have a fantastic one, and thank you so much for watching.